Hi, I'm Dalljiet Kaur. As you know, I am an Indian television actor, I'm a producer, I'm a writer. I love my kids and love my husband a little more than them. Don't tell them. Shh. Okay, so I'm here again with this gorgeous lady with so much to tell, so much wisdom, and more important, a lot of people have wisdom out there, but very few people I know actually practice it, which is why I am with her. I will let her introduce herself again. So we are with
Manisha. Hi, I'm a happiness coach. My name is Manisha. I have 2 children. I'm a passionate mom of 2 and a passionate wife. And so happy to be here. Thank you once again for having me.
So right now, so you need to know this, that we both chat a lot. She looks very poised and everything, but she's a chatterbox like me. And usually when I am with you, we end up talking about a lot of meaningful things. That's, right from spiritualism, like whether it's God, whether it's deeds, whether it's karma, we touch upon a lot of topics on a normal daily basis, which is what I think connects both of us as well.
Correct.
And I have to tell you, she's the most positive person I meet. Like I said, every time I am this distorted mess, this is the girl I want to meet. And then I'm suddenly like, and then Nick is like the happiest child. Oh, you met Manisha. Good for you. So we are here. We are going to talk about something that I am struggling with. And I think you should introduce the topic.
This is a topic that's not really taboo, but it's a topic that people find hard to do in life. And I've realized that for our own physical and mental well-being, forgiveness must be practiced.
Yes.
So this is all about forgiveness.
We're talking about forgiveness. Very easily said than done. I think I have a struggle within myself. Like, I think I want to believe that I'm this big person, forgiven, forgotten, moved on. But something somewhere keeps coming back in different forms, different shapes, different colors, which just triggers it. And I realize, shit, I've not forgiven yet. And I'm not able to do that. And I would love to learn the tools, the ways, the right ways to do it. Because I do think I'm stuck somewhere. And I think I could definitely use this topic in my personal benefits. So,
Sure.
Yeah.
I think with me, this is something that I had to use about 28, 29 years ago, which really helped me to move on. God bless Joseph Murphy, The Power of the Subconscious Mind, another brilliant book I read. Mm-hmm. And it taught me about forgiveness so that then I could forgive someone in order to move on in my life and be able to create.
Yeah.
And manifest.
Yeah.
And for true manifestation to really happen, which will be another topic that we'll be doing later, one has to be at a very clean slate in life and high vibrational as a human being.
Yeah.
And we can't be high vibrational if we're holding on to things from the past. It's important to be in the present. Mm-hmm. Life is a present.
Yes.
Right? So we must be in the present.
But again, it's very... Like when you're saying it, I know you're saying all the right things. I know it's sounding correct. It is theoretically, practically, in every place, it's correct. But when it comes to practicing, I'm not able to do it. Like how do you start? It's not just about, okay, you know what, I forgive you, let's move on. But in some part of life, somewhere, it just shows. And I'm like, oh shit. I'm still there. Why?
Yeah. I think what it is that we're holding on to things. We are flashbacking into memories and, things that have really happened and really hurt us. But it's almost like when we do cultivate a morning routine and we say our prayers and we talk to God like a child, we learn to actually pray for the other person's healing, who has hurt us. Which I said happened, 29 years ago. Yeah. We pray for their healing. And what we have to remember with forgiveness is that it's not necessarily about forgiving the other person only, but more so about forgiving yourself and setting yourself free.
Wow.
So when we can learn to forgive that person, as much as we can do it so genuinely, it's about setting us free.
Wow.
So what I'm going to share is a tool, a practice that the Hawaiians used to practice as a family. And some of you may have heard it. It's all over the internet. and Facebook, and it's an amazing tool. It's called Ho'oponopono, which actually...
Ho'oponopono?
Yeah, Ho'oponopono.
Almost sounds like a song, I'm sorry.
It does, there is a song.
There's a song, it sounds like a Ho'oponopono.
Or maybe a bit milder. But there is a song as well that's part of it.
Yeah.
And it just means literally to make things correct.
Okay.
With relationships, with the situation, with life. And it's a mantra of four sentences, very short, very powerful. And I even mentioned this with Damien the other day, because I was telling him that this is something I do, and I wanted to have that validation from him, and he said it is mind-blowing.
Wow.
So I swear by Ho'oponopono, and it's something I actually do every day, even if I don't necessarily have somebody to forgive, because what it does is that it makes us take 100% responsibility for everything that's going on in our life.
Okay.
Because we all come with karmic data from the past and what we've created in this life.
Sure.
We necessarily may not know what our karmic data is, but like, for example, a computer screen has many programs going, and in order for the computer to run smoothly, we then have to get rid of so many programs that are going on. So what do? We hit the delete key, right?
Yeah.
We don't think how, what, why, how it does it. We just simply hit the delete key.
Yeah.
So similarly, our minds are like a computer. We have a lot of programs going on, past memories, past life things that are deep down our subconscious we may not be aware of. But in order for our minds to be very proactive and clean and clear, we need to delete. How do we delete this karmic data?
Yeah.
It's very simple. We don't even need to think how, what, why. We just have to chant Ho'oponopono, which is to make things correct. And it's 4 phrases. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you.
Wow.
And it can be said in any order.
To the person you want to forgive.
So we have
That's
to...
very big.
It is very big. But it's also doing it to your inner child, to the universe, to any of the deities, to God, right? And to that person, because don't forget, we are taking 100% responsibility for having attracted this into our lives. And we know that we must forgive, right? In order, as I said, excuse me for repeating myself, we're doing it for ourselves, to set ourselves free for our own physical and emotional well-being.
Yeah.
And it is so important to do, because, you know, if we hold on to forgiveness, we're actually going to be holding on to some kind of anger, which then can create an ailment or a disease. Yeah. So we need to let go for our own selves, wish them well, pray for their healing, and set it free.
Yeah.
So I did a course on Ho'oponopono, and I found that so many things have happened in my life, and I've been able to create. So the simplest way of doing Ho'oponopono is your feet firmly on the ground, so the roots of your feet are going right down in the ground, back straight, and the first part of it is a healing breath. Okay? We do our infinity fingers, which is like this, to interlock them.
Like that.
Exactly.
Got
like
it.
this. Perfect. Very well. Very nicely done. And similar to the box breathing of 4 times that we did earlier, this is a healing breath of 7 times. So it's a tool of Ho'oponopono, but it's a great way to start before we set the practice. So we're going to inhale for 7. At the top, say I love you. Hold for 7. Breathe out for 7. I love you. And hold for 7. That's 1 round.
Oh, wow.
And we do it 7 times. So we'll do it twice just to get the gist of it. Okay? So we can breathe in for 7. I love you. Hold for 7. Breathe out for 7. I love you. Hold for 7. And we repeat it a second time. And with your face, you can draw the square so you know how to do it. So you breathe in for 7. I love you. Hold for 7. Breathe out for 7. I love you. Hold for 7. And we do this 7 times.
Wow. Okay.
And the way I do it,
I could actually see a square.
Exactly. And we do this, and you can count on your fingertips so that you know then you've done 7.
So ideally you should do how many times? 7 times.
7 times.
Okay.
That's called the healing breath.
Okay.
Then we go into chanting Ho'oponopono, which is the way I do it, and I was taught to do it. It can be, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you, or thank you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, starting off with gratitude.
Mm-hmm.
So the way to do it is 108 times. I'm not going to chant it 108 times, but I'm going to
do
show
mala
you.
also 108
You can even
times.
do it with a mala 108 times, which is very easy.
Yeah,
But like, say for example, you're on an aeroplane or you're in a journey somewhere and you want to do it, it doesn't matter as long as I've taught you how to do it. So we all have ridges on our fingers.
Yes.
Can you see there's 3 parts?
Yeah.
So we use these
each.
to count. Exactly. So to get to 108, the way to count is first 3 by itself.
Okay.
So you're saying, thank you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you. Thank you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you. Thank you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you. Then you start counting and putting your first finger on the first ridge of your thumb finger. Okay? And on this hand, which is the counting hand, is 7. Okay? So you would count, well, it's 5 fingers, but you count 7. So you'd start here.
Yeah.
Thank you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you. Thank you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you. Thank you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you. Thank you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you. Thank you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you. Thank you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you. Thank you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you. Then you move your finger to the second part of your thumb and do another 7. So until you've done 7 on each part until the end, that's when you've done 108.
Oh wow,
then
I didn't know
you put your
that.
hands together, create some heat. Can you feel the heat?
Yeah.
Harder?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Then cover your eyes with your eyes closed for a few seconds. And that's it. Okay?
Wow.
So this is Ho'oponopono. So you might think, oh, well, this sounds like something, out of the ordinary. I've never heard of Ho'oponopono. But it is magic. It works.
Yeah.
And it's all about taking 100% responsibility for everything that's going on in your life and through past lives. And this way we are hitting the delete key by chanting.
Wow.
There is more things to it, and I'm happy to share it with people one-on-one.
Yeah.
But this is the general way of doing it every day. Even if there's nobody you need to forgive, or if there's somebody you need to forgive, another way of doing it is to do it 3 times a day and visualize that person and talk to that person.
But like you said in the beginning, this actually if you pile in anger or not forgiving anybody or somebody or whoever, when you pile it in, it actually culminates into diabetes, hypertension, that, depression, anxiety, blah, blah, blah. And it's as real as it gets. Like how depression was a taboo a while back, now people talk about it. Because actually when you have depression, it's not a mental state, it's a physical thing that's happening to you.
It is.
And like you said, this can actually, okay, I'm not able to sleep, you know what, I'm feeling very like this or that. That's all happening because of the mental state. And this is actually very, very important. Like superficially, I'll tell you, I feel, yes, I've forgiven, things have gone past, fine. But when I reach certain point in my life, I feel, why is this happening?
Because we get tested.
We get tested. And I fail every time. And I'm like, shit, I need to be bigger than this. And the real thing is, yes, I want happiness for everybody. I want all good things. And not trying to be big here. Genuinely, I have nothing to do with anybody. I'm more than happy. But somewhere the hurt or whatever is so deep, it's just not going. And I want to learn to do it. I want to wash it off. And more or less, I'm like a very karma kind of person, I get scared. I don't want to carry this in my next life. More than anything else.
Well, this is what Ho'oponopono does.
Yeah.
It makes it correct.
Yes.
So
and we need to rectify it here while we are here.
So this is a very simple way to do it.
Wow. This actually does sound very achievable.
Because you're literally saying, I'm sorry to the universe and to yourself and to your inner child for my mistakes. We didn't know any better. Maybe we've carried all these things with us from before.
Yeah.
We don't know, but we're taking the ownership to say, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Please forgive me.
Yeah.
You know, thank you for everything. Thank you that I'm on earth. Thank you I'm on this path to rectify. And I love you.
Yeah.
The essence of life is love. To
True.
love yourself
True.
and love others. So it's a beautiful mantra.
Wow.
And it's actually come into my life so many times before I've actually started using it.
Wow.
And I joined some Facebook groups
really?
where it's Deep Ho'oponopono. There's a guy called Stephen Bray. People are just chanting on it or talking about an experience, and anyone can join. It's called Deep Ho'oponopono, and it's magic.
Wow.
And I've seen things like I could suddenly be thinking about somebody who I haven't heard from in ages, and I finished my Ho'oponopono and they're getting in touch.
Wow.
So it's really about being able to, it's called Seaport, clean and clean past memories, erase, so clean, erase, and coming back to port.
Wow.
Seaport.
Yeah.
And it's about wiping out those old memories and conditionings and limiting beliefs so that we can then be at zero limits and be able to create and manifest better.
So beautifully put, man. I don't know how you do it. You do it so flawlessly and so effortlessly, and she just says things, but I don't think she realizes that it's actually going to reach out to all of you and definitely me. And I think all of us need it, you know, at different stages of life. It's not necessary that you really need to have had some problem with somebody or somebody who's done bad to you to forgive. I think it's such a daily thing to do.
It's a daily thing.
It's a very daily thing to do. You know, on a daily basis, we get, oh, why did he speak to me like that? Why did she do? Even on that level, if you're letting go, I think life could be so much easier.
That's it. We've got to learn to let go and let God.
What
That's what it's all about.
Beautiful
let go,
thought.
let God.
So for all those who are struggling with forgiveness like me, I think we need to go through this video again and again, because, you know, like I told you, I was telling her while we were not recording, I was telling her how for a layman like me, ignorant layman like me, there are too many words. Like in our previous video, we were talking about so many things, you know, like what kind of meditation, what you should think, how you should, you know, affirmations and so many things. Now, all these words are heavy words for me because there's too much to gauge, right? But if I watch this video again and again, I will be able to understand more. I think I'll do that. I'll watch myself again. I'm not obsessed, but I will watch it to understand more. But wow, you're going to be...
just simple tools.
It is, yes.
And it's up to us.
Yeah.
You know, we can all be in a rush.
Yeah.
We can all be agitated about something.
Yeah.
We can all, you know, have so many things to do and accomplish in one day.
Yeah.
But if we start our day on the right note
and
align ourselves and learn to see the positives and be calm, that's when I think our days will go better. I'm proof in the pudding, and a lot of my friends I know are on the same journey, which is why I say that, you know, this will really go towards the 20-30-year-olds, and anyone can learn anything from
anybody, you know. I don't
and add on to their routine.
It is going to help. It's going to help a lot of them. And you know, we do take our life for granted. We do think like, oh, we're doing fine, it's okay, just a little headache, it's just a little thing, it's okay, you know, you just sit down, you breathe, you leave. But it's so important to stop, sit down, pause. That is so, and it's again something that we hear but we don't do. I don't do it, and I'm not going to even lie about it. I don't do it. I don't meditate. I don't. But it's important. You know, like what you said is actually just half an hour that you give to yourself in a day, and that's all you do.
Sometimes if I'm in a rush, I'll do 15 minutes and 15 minutes in about 10 minutes time.
Oh wow!
Because I know that I've got to do things or whatever and run around and do this, or I've got a class and I've woken up late. I'm not going to not do my morning routine, but I'll do it. And then, you know,
true,
because I want to do it.
But you know, also one more thing I'll tell you, like we think life hits us at a certain age. In today's generation, life hits them much earlier. So we never had, like, we didn't have YouTube when we were growing up, or we didn't have tools or this kind of knowledge pouring in.
Yeah, just books.
Just books. Even then, like, it was more theoretical. It was more like bookish for us. But now with people like you who've got the knowledge, who've got the wisdom and the willingness to share it with the people, honestly,
absolutely.
This comes together so beautifully for more younger generation. I have a daughter. I deal with a lot of teenagers now because it was much for my son. Obviously, you know, he's very, very young. So we're not dealing with the problems yet. But the moment the teenage hits, you know the kids are going through so much more because the world they are seeing, the internet, stress and wanting to belong, wanting to be there. all of that, if they know how to hit a pause now, their life is sorted.
Totally.
If they could do it, if I could tell myself, the younger me, if I had a thing to tell myself at 18, I would say, shh, relax. Because I was always like,
Sure.
which I see even now. So this could actually help a lot of them.
And I think it's, practice makes perfect.
Yeah.
We have to start practicing. And as I said, the way to cultivate a good routine of gratitude and forgiveness and a morning routine like Savers is that, okay, so what is it you do every morning? And then say, okay, now I'm going to just expand on that and add on this. Then it becomes a habit.
Yeah.
And then you almost feel like, okay, I can't do this till I've done this.
Yeah.
So if it is waking up a little earlier, and hey, it doesn't matter, we're all human.
Yeah.
If we forget to do it one day because we're rushing out to work or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But it's just a great way to start.
Wow. So forgiveness is what I have learned to try. I don't make promises, but I do think it's going to set me free on so many levels. And I'm going to try. And like I said, it's a blessing that I have a friend like you. It's like having a personal wisdom on my side, which not a lot of people have. So I feel really lucky and really honored. Honestly, I feel so honored that it's happening here in my house right now, that we're able to reach so many people and hopefully be of some help.
Yes.
So thank you.
Thank you from the bottom of my heart. You've helped to stretch me out of my comfort zone, and
you're
I'm
a
so
natural.
happy,
I told
but
you.
I'm so happy to share the things that work for me, and I would hope would work for others.
It will. So forgiveness it is. Thank you so much
Thank
for joining
you.
us. It was great.
It was
Thank
lovely.
you. Yeah.